Despite Farah's deliberation, Leila could barely contain her glee over the revenge mission. He deserved it, didn't he?
But it'll feel like it.
Farah sucked her teeth. Come on, let's go. He lives all the way downriver. There was a hint of resistance remaining in Farah's voice, but Leila pressed.
Driving or flying?
Driving. I have my Benz outside. Farah smiled. She'd never been extremely fond of flying. In fact, in the last year, Leila could count the number of times she'd seen her fledgling take to air travel.
I like that car.
Yeah, me too. Pay the man. It's almost midnight. I'm fucking starving. I was so distraught I didn't eat anything at sundown.
Not even a snack? What is wrong with you? You could have jumped one of these humans. Don't do that, sis. Do better.
I don't need your judgment right now. Let's just go. Farah laughed. Leila pulled some folded cash from her bag and laid it on the counter. Since she was Farah's maker, she was beholden to be her confidant and to make sure that Farah had every necessity. A maker's responsibility was crazy, and until Farah had her own recruit, Leila would see to it that Farah was taken care of. Shit like getting her food if she couldn't hunt, or protecting her from predators. And supporting all her progeny's silly ideas, like setting up a matchmaking agency for vampires. The latter was more likely than either of the others, thankfully. And being her best friend. They made it downriver to Monroe in just under 40 minutes. It was a hell of a drive. Had they flown, they could have cut that time by something like 400%. Vampires were impatient, after all. The lights were on in a typical ranch-style home as they sidled up to the curb. Farah had said he was a real estate broker and that he claimed to want the all-American dream, complete with a trophy wife and a riding lawnmower. It showed. Leila had dealt with humans like him before. While having nice things wasn't terrible, the thought that he was better than others for having them was a raggedy trait Leila couldn't overlook, especially when he'd presupposed that Farah wasn't worth his time based on his narrow misogynistic viewpoint. Fuck that open vein. He was a loser. Farah got out of the car just as Leila reached the passenger side. They left it on the road instead of pulling into the driveway. It was dark in Monroe, a lot of it still good land for farming and raising a family. Michigan had lots of rural parts outside of Detroit. There were very few streetlights, making the location a popular vampire hunting ground, one Leila knew well. "What a crappy cookie-cutter house," she said. "You were legit going to date this douche?" "Stop it. Nerds are awesome, and it's not crappy. It's just not the custom mansion or penthouse you're used to," Farah replied, still defending him, though he'd handed her heart back in a greasy brown paper bag. "It's got to be at least 3,000 feet. "Oh, yeah, nerds are amazing, except when they pre-select females based on superficial shit, like a profile pic and bio. You could do better, but that's a story for another time. Come on. Let's get this over with before you pass out from low blood sugar. Sheesh." Silently, Leila continued up the path. She glanced over her shoulder to find Farah bringing up the rear. "Yeah, I'm lightheaded now. Who's going to charm him?" Farah whispered from a few steps behind. "I can. I know you don't want this dude to remember you came by tonight. Stand by the garage." Farah nodded, following her directions. She leaned against the brick exterior in the corner of the shut garage door so he wouldn't see her cross in front of his windows. Once Farah was in position, Leila strolled up the walkway and onto the low porch and rang the doorbell. Then she waited. She heard his footsteps head across his faux marble floor in the foyer. "Who is it?" the D-bag called out.
My name is Leila. You don't know me, but I'm having a bit of car trouble. I think I could be out of gas, and I'm lost. Can I use your phone to call my friend? I forgot my charger, too."
Leila's voice was higher by no less than 3 octaves. Human men seem to equate the probability of having sex with the pitch of a female's voice. Vampires had figured that shit out, and they'd been using it to their advantage ever since. The door